this storm, last storm, because I was trying to sneak over on the shoulder, you know, because it wasn't that bad. I mean, the shoulder was clear, but he said, "Don't do that again," and he didn't give me a ticket. I don't know if he was state trooper. It wasn't in the trooper car, but or 1 year guard, because it was like an unmarked car.
Gotcha.
And but he yelled at me, "Don't do that again." And I said, "Well, how am I supposed to get over there?"
Yeah.
And then in front of the mailbox all icy, and in front of the dumpster, it looks like they didn't do a good job, so I couldn't throw the recyclables out.
Oh.
And
Just be careful tonight when you go home too.
yeah, I know, refreeze, and the sidewalk is like gonna refreeze
Yeah,
out there.
just be careful.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So it's everywhere.
We good? Okay. Good evening. Welcome to our Wall Township regular meeting, February 24th, 2026 at 7 p.m. We'd like to start by standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, and please remain standing to observe a moment of silence in honor of the first responders who serve our community with courage and dedication. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roberta, can you please read the sunshine statement?
In compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in Wall Township Municipal Building. All notices are on file with the Township Clerk.
Thank you. Roll call.
Committeeman Beck? Deputy Mayor Farah? Mayor Mangan?
Here.
We have 4 members present.
Thank you. At this time, we're going to have a brief presentation from our chief. If you can come down. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate you allowing me to speak tonight, committee. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I just want to give you an update and give the community an update on the storm, which has been named Winter Storm Hernando. Obviously, our community was severely impacted over the past couple days, but the true heroes in this whole event were our incredible DPW. I think we can all agree that our roads in Wall Township are the best in the area, and all the praise goes out to them. So with that being said, we started our preparation Sunday afternoon. The EOC, our Emergency Operations Center, opened up at 3 o'clock. The mayor was in attendance for as well as the Administrator Tobiah to go over emergency operations plans. From that, total from 3 p.m. on Sunday to 10 o'clock this morning, Wall Police and Emergency Services answered 303 calls for service. Wall Township experienced approximately 22 inches of snowfall with localized higher accumulations due to drifting. Police operations, I'll just give you some quick stats of what happened during the events. We responded to 14 motor vehicle crashes. We assisted motorists 14 times. There was only 4 traffic lights that were affected and were out for a short period of time. We made 1 DWI arrest, believe it or not, during this incident, this weather-related incident. The majority of the PD workload centered around working with our fire departments and our EMS to make sure all of our residents were safe. No significant increase in criminal activity observed during the period. Like I said, there was only 1 arrest, and that was for DWI. The fire service operations, and I'm speaking on behalf of the fire chiefs, which I was in constant communication with throughout the duration of the storm, they responded to a total of 134 fire or hazard related calls for service. of which I'll break that down. For wires down, 88. That's 88 total calls in that time frame that they had to go out and deal with. These wires are down. I know some residents I heard from were concerned, and it is concerning when trees go down and they're leaning against power lines. But JCP&L operates in their storm mode, and what that means is we can call in and report what's going on, and then it's up to them to troubleshoot on how they dispatch their personnel. And during the height of the storms, we have to report it to the county OEM, and then they are the point of contact to JCP&L, like they explained to us on our conference call with JCP&L on Sunday. Getting back to the fire call for service, they responded to 33 fire alarms. Carbon monoxide incidents were 4, and then they also responded to 2 calls from mutual aid to other towns. EMS operations, which we know is handled by Monmouth County, MedStar did a phenomenal job and worked seamlessly with our first responders throughout this ordeal. They responded to 24 total EMS calls, 18 first aid calls and medical calls, and then 6 car accidents that had injuries, giving us the total of 24 calls. There was no mass casualty or extraordinary medical surge during this incident, and like I said, great job by the EMS personnel from Monmouth County in helping our town. It's a seamless transition. Utilities during the peak, we had 1,665 residents without power, and as of tonight, almost all of them have been restored. All the road closures that we experienced throughout the duration of the storm, everything's been reopened. One noteworthy incident, which we did not respond to, was the bubble at Good Sports collapsed due to the weight of the snow and the high speeds in the storm. When I say we didn't respond to it, the owners were on scene when this went down, and they had already cut all the utilities, and there was no hazard for us to go out there. But since then, our fire bureau has been out there just to make sure everything's fine, there's no hazard. I want to just take a minute to thank, like I said, the DPW did an amazing job keeping our streets clean. I was out throughout the night, and everywhere you turned, they were out there plowing all night and then all day yesterday. And obviously, I have to thank our people, the Wall PD. We had extra people on, and they did an amazing job. Our fire departments, again, it's a great team that we have here in town. And our OEM, especially like to thank Lieutenant Jack Gramlich. He stepped right up. He's our deputy OEM coordinator, and he ran the Emergency Operations Center and kept all of us up to date. And we were giving out situation reports to the committee and the township administrator and our EMS and fire liaison, so they knew what was going on. That's it. Do you have any questions for me with this? No? All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chief. Just a follow-up, thank you so much, Chief. I want to sincerely thank our Department of Public Works and all of our first responders for their outstanding efforts in preparing for and responding to Winter Storm Hernando. Their professionalism and commitment to public safety ensured that our community was well prepared before the first flakes fell. The planning and communication across all departments truly reflects the strength of our township team. Our public works crews worked tirelessly around the clock to treat and clear all roadways. The dedication shown during those long hours in challenging conditions is truly appreciated. First responders answered numerous calls during the height of the storm, serving our residents in hazardous conditions and exemplifying the very best public service. Thank you. It has truly been heartwarming to hear so many kind words and messages of gratitude from various residents in support of our DPW and first responders. The way our residents come together to recognize and uplift those who serve truly speaks volume about the character of our Wall Township community. Moving along, we will read the introduction of Ordinance 6/2026.
Introduction of ordinance number 6, bond ordinance providing for the acquisition of certain real property by and in the Township of Wall in the County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, authorizing the issuance of bonds or notes to finance the part of the cost thereof. Mayor?
Can we move this mic and we'll try and put that on, and then Roberta, it's not picking you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay, a motion that ordinance number 6/2026 be adopted as to its first reading and advertised for the second reading and public hearing on March 24th, 2026 at 7 p.m. and pursuant to law. Thank you, Committeeman Clayton. Thank you, Committeeman Arender. Roll call.
Committeeman Beck? Committeeman Clayton? Yes. Committeeman Orender? Yes. Deputy Mayor Farrell?
Yes.
Mayor Mayor?
Yes.
We have 4 yeas.
Okay, ordinance number 1/2026 will be carried to the March 10th, 2026 meeting of the Township Committee to allow the Township Planning Board to review and make recommendations Motion that ordinance number 1/2026 be carried to the second reading, public hearing, March 10th, 2026 at 7 p.m. pursuant to law. May I have a motion? Thank you, Committeeman Clayton. Second? Okay.
Committeeman Orender? Yes. Deputy Mayor Farrell?
Yes.
Mayor Mayor?
Yes.
We have 4 yeas.
Okay. Moving to item number 6, the second reading and public hearing of ordinance number 2/2026, an ordinance of the, you want me to keep going? Yeah.
Ordinance number 2/2026, an ordinance of the Township Committee of the Township of Wall in the County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, to vacate a portion of Larson Road. Mayor?
Thank you. Upon completion of the hearing, followed by public comment, if anyone would like to make a motion, we'll close, let's open it to public comment first. Anyone have a comment on the ordinance? No? Okay. Moving along, I'd like to ask for a motion to be made to close public comment hearing and to adopt the ordinance to its second and final reading advertisement to pursuant to law. Thank you, Committeeman Arender. Second? Thank you, Committeeman Clayton. Roll call?
Committeeman Clayton? Yes. Committeeman Orender? Yes. Deputy Mayor Farrell?
Yes.
Mayor Mayor?
Yes.
We have 4 yeas.
Okay, second reading, public hearing of ordinance number 3/2026.
Ordinance number 3/2026, an ordinance of the Township of Wall in the County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, to vacate a portion of.
Thank you. Anyone for public comment in regards to this ordinance? No? Okay, I'd like a motion to close the public hearing and to adopt the ordinance into its second and final reading, advertised to pursuant to law. Thank you, Committeeman Arender, and thank you, Deputy Mayor Farrell. Yes.
We have 4 yeas.
Okay. All right, moving along to resolution number 260209, approval of vouchers for February 11th, 2026 through February 25th? Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry. Second reading of a public hearing of ordinance number 4/2026, an ordinance.
Ordinance number 4/2026, an ordinance of the Township Committee of the Township of Wall in the County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, authorizing the sale of Block 8, Lot 1, New Jersey.
Thank you. Anyone for public comment on this ordinance? No? Okay. I'd like a motion to close the public hearing and adopt the ordinance in its second and final reading and advertise and pursue in law. Thank you, Deputy Mayor Farrell. Thank you, Committeeman Clayton.
Committeeman Clayton? Yes. Committeeman Warren? Yes. Deputy Mayor Farrell? Yes. Mayor Megan?
Yes.
We have 4 yeas.
Okay, now we're moving along to resolution number 260209, approval of vouchers for February 11th, 2026 through February 24th, 2026 in the amount of $8,200,412.58. May I have a motion? Thank you, Committeeman Clayton. Thank you, Committeeman Arundel.
Committeeman Clayton?
Yes.
We have 4 yeas.
Okay, consent agenda?
All items listed on the consent agenda are considered routine by the Township and will be adopted or approved collectively by a single motion or roll call vote by a majority of the Township Committee. All items are available for public inspection at this meeting and in the office. Discussion is desired on any item, it will be considered.
Thank you. May I have a motion? Thank you. Committeeman Clayton and Deputy Mayor Farrell. Roll call?
Committeeman Clayton? Yes. Committeeman Warren? Yes. Deputy Mayor Farrell?
Yes.
Mayor Megan?
Yes.
We have 4 yeas.
Great, thank you. Okay, move into public comment. Thank you.
The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the committee's attention in accordance with NJSA 10:12A. The committee asks the public to limit their comments to 5 minutes or less. The committee will respect the public's time by refraining from any comment until the speaker has finished with their allotted time. It should be further noted that the public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer session. If a member of the public has questions they seek answers to, regulate the time during the comment portion of our meeting.
Thank you. At this time, would anyone like to come up for a public comment? Thank you. Coming down, Mrs. Barnes.
Okay. Okay. Right. The complex, Judy Barnes, thank you. Highway 35. Complex I lived in, the landlord had one lane plowed right in the middle of the road. And like this wide on both sides of the curbing, both sides of the road. And also up front, there's a lane that connects both sides of the park. And he had them put the snow there, made like a wall. So I had to make a left on the highway and make a quick left into the complex to get to the mailbox and the dumpster. And the entranceways were not plowed well. And I couldn't get to the dumpster area because it wasn't plowed well in front of it, and I couldn't throw my recycles out this morning. But as I was trying to get out of my driveway, I was making tire tracks through the snow, and I got stuck, so I pulled back in the driveway, went with the broom because I can't shovel. My neighbor shoveled my sidewalk. But I couldn't get, I was pushing with the broom the snow tracks, and as much as possible. And as I turned around to walk back from maybe here to there, I lost my balance and I fell in the snow on my left side. And I yelled, somebody help, help. Nobody came, nobody opened the doors. So I called police, and the officer came. And then I was trying to get out again, I got stuck. I said, don't go far, come back here. And he shoveled my area so I could get out. So tonight, around 5 o'clock, I heard a plow outside, but it should have been all plowed to begin with. And they didn't salt or sand. The entranceway is still slippery, not because it's freezing tonight right now, but earlier today was. They didn't salt or sand anywhere on the roads and up front. And I didn't even go near the mailbox tonight on the way out because I was afraid to, in the ice and everything, and still can't get to the dumpster area. So, you know, it's not done. He doesn't do anything, and it's supposed to be like any street you're talking about in the town. It's supposed to be cleared, and it's supposed to be cleared for the residents up front, but so we could get our mail and get to the dumpster. But it's not. And the entranceways were like slush that froze over, so it was like a hump there that you can't even get through. And I finally went to a different area to get out because I couldn't get out. And but that's what happened this morning. And luckily, you have your cell phones now. That I called the police department and they sent over an officer. And he was very nice. But Public Works did do a good job on the main roads and everywhere. And I noticed that, and they do a good job every time. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to come up for a public comment?
Betsy Cross, I live in Wall Township. Yeah, I do want to say DPW did a great job, fabulous. Wall PD, great job, fabulous. So I wanted to mention that. I did notice you do not have any attachments over here. You do not have ordinance 6-2026, which is the most important one, the bond ordinance. So you have nothing out here. I was able to pull it up online. But if you could go over that, Mr. Tabaya, now we're bonding $781,000. I can't quite follow this. I mean, we raised $1 million for open space. Then we have $8 million sitting in surplus. So why in the world will we need to be bonding $781? And I don't know, I think we're overpaying for this piece of land anyway. So it's a piece of land, you can build one house on it. So I'm not following this one. And it's disappointing that the bond ordinance is not sitting up here. Put in a couple Oprah requests. One was for cash payout for Jeff Bertrand and for Michael Stites, and you've asked for an extension. To me, that's ridiculous. It was, if you wrote him a check, give a copy of the check, and that's it. So another week, March 2nd is ridiculous. What else? I did put in an Oprah because people are telling me about Michael Shelton. He keeps posting about my Oprahs and how many they are and how much I cost the taxpayers. So I put in an Oprah for what he puts in Wall Municipal. And I just did it, not for a long period of time. It was over 2 years. And it came back, it had to be in 3 parts because there's so many pages. There were 2,362 pages. To my horror, the first one that comes back is he would like all the documents regarding my house. He'd like every permit. He would like every application. He would like all the correspondence. And he's actually here tonight. Maybe you can let us know why you'd like information on my house. Yeah, I am gonna. But he can get up here and let us know while he
Ms.
wants
Cross,
all the
Ms.
information
Cross.
on my house.
Ms. Cross.
Yeah, I'm addressing the chair. I find it disturbing, and I'm giving a copy to Chief O'Halloran. I'm giving a copy to Erin Mangan, the mayor. It is so upsetting. It is so bizarre. It is frightening. So he'd like to know what windows we have, where our back doors are, if we have a security system. It is disturbing. So I want that on the record. The first one that came back was 734 pages. The second Oprah was 1,619 pages, and the third was 39 pages, for a total of $2,362. So maybe you can let us know, how much is he costing Wall Township? Because I am nowhere near those numbers. And I noticed that he gets Oprah's back a lot quicker, so I don't know if you're afraid, what is going on here? I put in an Oprah and I get an extension. He puts in an Oprah, it can't, some of them can't come back quick enough. So I'd like a comment on why this is happening. It's disturbing. What else? Anything going on with round 4 of affordable housing? If you could give an update on that. As you know, I am not a fan of converting anything from Peddler's Village. It was commercial space, the people bought it as commercial space, it stays as commercial space. We cannot be flipping over land to a builder friend. It is outrageous. So if you could give an update on where we're at for round 4 of affordable housing. And when that Oprah went back, it said that they did have to, they had to redact phone numbers. They had to, and they wouldn't give out our social security number, unlisted phone numbers, driver's license numbers, dates of birth, SBI numbers. Well, thank God. I mean, this is, this is disturbing. So I want you all on the record, and I am giving copies to the mayor, and I will forward the Oprah and to Sean O'Halloran, who is the chief of police, and I might send it out to the county sheriff's office. Thank you.
Anyone else for public comment?
Good evening. My name is Keith Hunsinger, and I reside in the President Street section of Wall Township. So I want to start off first and foremost by thanking the Department of Public Works for their great work during the blizzard. As many have said, I want to echo the remarks that we have the cleanest streets around. I would say even in Monmouth County. I also want to thank emergency services, police, fire, emergency. Everybody did really well with handling this. I feel like, especially this administration, Committeewoman Mangan, you've done well with the crazy amount of winter storms that we have dealt with this year. So, salute to you. I also wanted to show off my new hoodie. I really think that after we get done with all this winter stuff, the 175 is going to be one of the best years that Wall Township has ever had. I feel like that is something that I can wholeheartedly say. As somebody who comes to every meeting, I have tremendous pride in this township. You guys, even though we may not always agree, I feel like you guys do extremely good work. And as somebody who has lived here my entire life, 38 years, I see the differences that have gone on ever since I've been coming to committee meetings for about 5 or 6 years now. And I've seen this town's progression since back when I was the little guy yelling "Weed for Wall." You remember that? Yeah. So from then till now, I've seen not only myself grow, but this town grow. And I feel like we've all grown together. And I feel like this storm is very much proof of that. So, we even got a neat podium. I mean, look at this thing. It's awesome. I feel like I've definitely gotten a lot of good use out of this podium since it's been implemented. The person that recommended, thank you to that. It's curious, Betsy, that you do not use it that much, but, you know, whatever. As far as your comments about Mike Shelton, I have been friends with Mike Shelton for a few years now. He's given me some bits of political advice on, you know, times where, okay, you guys all know that I have a tendency to get a little bit crazy online. And there's been times where he's been like, you know what, maybe you should calm down. So I definitely thank him for his guidance. And I do feel like there's a good portion of the animosity between Betsy and Mike that is very strange, considering that both of you are Republicans, and I'm a leftist and get along with both of you, so I don't know what's up with that, but from my perspective, I tend to get along with Mike more than Betsy. No offense to you, Betsy. That I've tried to
Good to know.
foster a decent relationship with you as well, and I feel like there's no animosity between you and I on my behalf, so I'm just stating based off what I observe. So that's kind of the way I feel about that. I also feel like it's very interesting that you tend to criticize a man who, besides me, is the most vocal opponent of Deputy Mayor Farrell. So yeah, well, he's also, you know, been critical at past meetings. I've seen it. So it's just interesting that, like, during the time that I've witnessed, it seems like a lot of your views tend to align with his. I don't know if you guys are collaborating or what. I'm not trying to make any accusations here, but it does seem like you guys are pretty buddy-buddy. Let me ask you, Betsy, did you vote for me?
Mr. Heisinger, could you address the
Oh, sorry, yes. I'm just saying,
It's not a debate society. You have to address the mayor.
well, you know, it seems like everybody's getting a little sloppy tonight. It might be everybody's a little testy from the blizzard, so, you know, if we're going to get spicy, I am known for being spicy, so here we are. Let's do it. Anyway, beyond that, I guess I made enough of a ruckus for tonight, but I'm just kind of trying to show the town my perspective, because I do get my 5 minutes twice a month to. Okay, on that note, thank you, everybody. Have a great night, and keep Wall Township spicy.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment? Mr. Shelton?
I'm going to
We're
do
good?
Facebook Live just in case.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, let's.
Mike Shelton. Well, the problem was at the last meeting, it was very distracting to have somebody moving around back and forth, because you apparently don't have any rules here. What is this? We have no rules in here?
We need to keep an order.
Well, then you need to keep order. Mike Shelton, again, I wasn't going to speak, but the hook, line, sinker in the last meeting when I mentioned a Oprah that I put in, I saw somebody writing it down, and then they Oprah'd stuff. Regarding, well, two things. They did do a great job on the roads. I went out today with a couple of people, and we were digging out hydrants.
Mr. Hunsinger, I'm going to stop everyone right here.
Well, you can adjourn the meeting, because she does this every meeting,
That's,
and
I
we
want
allow
everyone
it.
to, Mr. Shelton, I want everyone to focus on your comment portion.
Hard when somebody's doing this. I didn't walk around while she was doing anything.
Now she has to play with it.
All right, let's continue.
Okay.
I would ask, I was sidebar digging out some hydrants with people today. We can't find some of them. Some hydrants have those wire things. maybe, I don't know who installs those. Might be a good idea. I know there's 2 that we know they're somewhere within this much snow. Regarding some comments that were made tonight, it was good that somebody put in an Oprah. I will say, I did ask for building permits associated with Miss Cross's house. I forgot I did that. I guarantee you that whatever she handed the chief or anybody else, nobody asked for windows and security and all, but she can go post that online and prove me wrong. Don't really care. Of the couple thousand pages, though, she did exactly what I wanted. She should be in possession of monthly legal bills that I request. So she should see the repetitive conferences and teleconferences with mainly Mr. Farrell and our legal counsel. There's never subject, thousands of dollars. She should see all the engineering contracts. She should see things with Colliers that started and were given to them long before somebody recused themselves. She Oprah'd from the police a videotape that I had asked for of a stop that involved Mr. Farrell and Mr. Bertrand at 2 in the morning, but she told everybody it was a render. Even asked Keith to go up and get it. She should see, let's see, the deed work that was filed for a GOP political donor to subdivide a property that was paid for by the taxpayers. She should see one of Mr. Farrell's friends. She should be seeing Surf Park.
Interrupt you. Who is my friend?
You're interrupting me.
Don't say things that you say them.
Come in, Deputy Mayor.
You're interrupting me. She should see Surf Park, Splash Park, thousands of dollars that were spent and discussions and meetings that were held. These people didn't escrow. Taxpayers paid for that. The list goes on and on, not to mention I did ask for maybe a year of closed session minutes where Mr. Farrell in closed session would push for engineering work and grant writing, another thing she brought up, to a point of so many times where even the attorney said, you can't do that, that should go to RFP. So I'm very glad that you went out and got the couple thousand pages. If you had the capability to read it, you might see that there's more going on here, and nobody really cares about your house other than you did what we expected. You put in $100,000 to build a house, and then you filed a tax appeal when your taxes went up. So,
At least we own a house, you don't.
really? I'm being interrupted
Yeah.
again.
You own a
What's
house
going
in
No
Wall,
comments from the
Mr.?
crowd.
You own a house in Wall, Mr. Shelton? Do you own one?
Yes, I
Cross.
do.
You do?
In a
Really?
trust.
How come nobody can find it?
Miss
What is
Cross.
going on here?
How come nobody can find your house?
Miss
Now
Cross.
your turn.
Thank you.
Anybody can look on the tax records. There's
Miss
nothing
Cross,
there.
I'm kindly asking you to please stop talking. Thank you.
So, and I think the last probably big thing, voluminous other than, and legal bills are legal bills, so they're probably 20 or 50 pages a month, was the developer agreements and things related to the affordable housing and all the projects that had gone in, whether it be Peddler's Village, numerous other applications, which I did ask for those things because under the prior administrator, nobody could ever get any of this stuff. And the only way to find out what some of these deals that were being cut were. And then my final comment would be, there seems to be some real aversion to purchasing the Bucer property. Maybe somebody can explain how the dollars are working in that bonding amount. But I think the most important thing there is this, it can only be one house. It's zoned 6 acres. Well, we all know that's not how it works. Because in my own area, in my own properties on Campbell Road, you guys need to come up with some rules here, or things are gonna get out of hand one of these days. That's,
Time, 6 minutes.
so,
Miss Cross.
Shut up.
I think it was well proven with just 18th Avenue alone that 6 acre zoning doesn't really mean anything here in this town. So getting the open space is the right thing to do. And I think we also know this going back to another property which somebody brought up on Tilton's Corner and Lawrence Way, where a deed restriction was removed. And, you know, now they're gonna ask to build another house, and that's supposed to be on a planning board agenda. So that's all I really got tonight. I hope you guys can come up with how we're going to have harmony in these meetings. If you watch, this isn't anything new. You can go watch the last Board of Ed meeting. A brand new superintendent in there speaking, and somebody had to ruin that too. So it's just how we roll. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment? Okay. I have a motion to close public comment. Okay, thanks, Committeeman Clayton. Second? Thank you, Committeeman Arender. All right. Yes. Okay. I am going to address the fact that meetings need to be, our public comment portion of the meeting, it is extremely vital that we respect each other during these meetings, and we are trying to document the meeting and ensure that our records are being kept appropriately. So speaking out of turn is just not acceptable. So we need to ensure that moving forward during public comments portion, that the only person speaking is the one at the podium. We refrain as Township Committee members to ensure that we are able to document the 5 minutes, and then we close the comment portion, and then we move in and we then can address the questions. It is not a question and answer portion that's been stated multiple times, but I think really in my opening comments, I was discussing the fact that I thought how great our community character was by praising our first responders and our public works, but then when we come to a township committee meeting, we don't see that character. So I just ask that moving forward, that we please respect whoever is speaking during public comment, and if there needs to be a comment said on your own time after those 5 minutes, sure, you can address each other. But we cannot hold meetings and it turn into a circus, because that's just completely unacceptable. Administrator, do you have any comments?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple comments regarding some of the public comment. Mrs. Barnes will contact the owner. We'll have code enforcement contact the owner regarding the snow plowing or lack thereof to assist that. So like I said, we will do that tomorrow morning. Of course, you questioned the barn ordinance for the open space. This township committee, all 5 members of the township committee are supportive of open space and have voted to purchase this property. This property completes our central green area extending from the town hall complex to the silo farm. The bonding is a portion thereof, and we'll be receiving some county funds for this particular property. And as we're looking at other open space properties, because as everybody knows, the more open space properties that we purchase and put into open space in various forms also limits the amount of developable land in the town.
Right, but what happened to the $1 million?
Ms. Cross, now is not your time. Please,
Answering
no.
my question.
Continue.
Answer the question.
Continue.
Be quiet,
What
please.
happened to the $1 million we raised for open space? Why are we
You
not
guys,
using
it's not
that?
public
Why are we
comment period, Ms.
bonding
Cross.
875?
Okay.
Ms.
Well,
Cross,
don't
it's not public
pretend
comment
I
period.
asked that question
Okay.
when I did it.
At this
Don't
time,
disrupt the meeting.
No, focus on the questions.
Be quiet.
yeah, at this time, we're gonna look for a motion to move into executive session. Thank you. Roll call. Oh, can you address what it's for? Thank you.
Do you want to take the vote first?
Yes, they did. It was Kevin, and then it was, yeah.
Committeeman Clayton? Yes. Committeeman Arender? Yes. Deputy Mayor Farrell?
Yes.
Mayor Ray?
Yes.
And Mayor, the reason to go into executive session is for litigation and personnel. The governing body does not plan to take any official action upon return to open session.
Okay, thank you. That concludes our meeting.